I love the first movie. It is a movie that is near and dear to me. And I know I've been gone, it's been a while, I've been busy, but Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse has brought me out of retirement. Kidding, I was never retired. Being real though, this movie-going experience wouldn't be complete if I didn't make a video. And I had very high hopes for this movie. And well, it delivered. The first movie may be one of, if not my favorite Spider-Man movies of all time. Everything about it was just so perfect, or as close as it really gets. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse set the bar for what we now know as animation. Remember when studios used to release things like Boss Baby? Yeah, now we get stuff like this and Puss in Boots. Haven't seen it. But if Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse set the bar high for animation, then Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse takes that bar, starts doing pull-ups, and raises it even higher. So I guess that's not a bad place to start. This movie is beautiful. I mean, stunning. Animation-wise, this is the best movie I have ever seen, hands down. I don't say that lightly. I've watched a lot of animation in my years. The amount of effort put into every tiny detail is almost absurd. Especially now with this movie playing around with even more universes, I think the animators did a fantastic job with the stylistic choices. I mean, it's one thing to mess around with whole new art styles, but switching back and forth and colliding them in the same scene is almost unheard of. But that's not even where it stops. There are such small things, tiny attentions to detail that really get me. Tiny animation changes depending on the character, like Hobie for instance, and every single one of his costume changes because he hates consistency. That's consistency. I mean, there were so many little details just scattered all over the place that really show the care put into this film. This care was even brought over to the story in many ways. I myself always like to pick up on small little aspects that I find weird or kind of hard to overlook. I usually will brush them aside, but I like how this movie specifically explains them almost directly after. It's like they know what I was thinking. In terms of the overall story as well, I think it's pretty airtight. As far as what we got from this movie, I think it's pretty amazing. I won't say too much more regarding that because, well, yeah, you know if you know. I do wonder, however, about its rewatchability. For me, I could watch the first movie probably any day of the week. While I only saw Across the Spider-Verse once, I still question how many times I could watch this movie before I get bored, since it's not really its own standalone work. It kind of is, I'm not gonna say much, but but time will tell in that regard. Other than that, I think the pacing for this movie was really good, although looking back, I believe the beginning of the movie may drag a bit while rewatching, since comparatively, the second half of this movie is a little more out there, but I also believe that the first third is really nice in a normal sort of way. Like, I personally enjoyed it a lot. But by far, what really captivates me in this story is the core concept of what Spider-Man even is. What does he stand for? What does he endure? Who does it have to be to put on the mask? I like this movie a lot because while it feels so big and grand, at its core, it's kind of a small story. Without saying too much, it basically struggles with the idea of what does it take to be Spider-Man? Because there are commonalities between each rendition, but how many does the character really need to experience before they are technically Spider-Man? I'll leave it at that for now, but Miles is not only asking what it means to be Spider-Man, but actively fighting against the very tropes that define the character. It's such a cool concept, and it's implemented in such an amazing way. It truly does the multiverse storyline better than any other movie I've seen. Can we talk about the soundtrack now? Yeah, these movies don't miss. I mean, somehow they managed to do it again. The songs in this movie are just so good. Annihilate is now the perfect gym song. Hummingbird, it's just a vibe. And I've been on my Dominic fight kick recently, at least for a year. And well, he's yet to have a song like I just don't like. I mean, he's just so good. He doesn't miss. Mona Lisa is easily the best song in this movie. If you disagree, you're wrong. And while the first movie, in my opinion, may have some better individual songs, which is also debatable, I think the songs for this album fit the movie a lot more and are implemented with their scenes just so much better. Except What's Up Danger, that's a legendary movie moment, nothing will ever top that. And let me not forget about the character themes. Miquel's, classic. The spots, classic. I mean, it's creepy, man. I've seen that over some horror TikToks already. That is a creepy theme, they outdid themselves. Yeah, the soundtrack, I mean, it always hits with these movies, so it's not really a big surprise. And I would be wrong to forget about the sound effects. Okay, all the buzzins and like, you know, like of the multiversal stuff and like the multiversal travel and just other fight scenes. It's amazing. It fits. It's always so good. I don't know how they always nail it so well. Seriously, there's no flaws sonically. Character time? I mean, you're working with Spider-Man and a bunch of Spider-Men. It's hard to mess it up. First of all, Miles was really good in this movie. For the first one, he was very much supported by the other Spider people and had a sort of co-lead, but it seems he's finally breaking into the spotlight with this one, which is nice to see. Gwen kind of annoyed me with her actions, but she had some moments where she really shined. Hobie was cool, and thank God I didn't see this movie with my girlfriend. One less thing to worry about. Miquel was probably one of the coolest characters ever. New alter ego acquired for me. I have been quoting him probably a few times an hour. It's a little weird. And well, the rest of the cast and Spider people were all really great, honestly. No complaints. Also, the parents were amazing. Shout out to Miles's mom. We love her. And I always get videos on my For You page about the voice actors, but can we take a moment to really appreciate them? I mean, holy man, they were amazing. No faults there. They really put their all into it. And to say I was shocked to learn Miles wasn't voiced by a teenager, I mean, that just has to be the best feeling as a voice actor. I think the best stories have some sort of relatability to the watcher. That's a partial reason that I really love this movie. Beyond the everyday relatability of Spider-Man and Miles, I've been focused a lot more on experiences in my life. I've been seeking out and chasing sort of experiences, moments that really make life worth living. If that be out with friends, running and biking through beautiful scenery, or just reading a book on a bench, enjoying the breeze. These experiences matter a lot to me. I think a large part of how I experience things comes through feeling. A certain feeling, or I hate to use it, but vibe. This movie had a certain vibe. It's very unique in that way, and that's what I think makes it so good. From quoting the characters to listening to the album with friends as we drive through the city, this movie inspires a certain feeling, and that's what I think will lead it to be so long-lasting. So yeah, I really love this movie. It did everything the first movie did and just continued to expand on it. It's truly great. It's quippy, it's fun, it's captivating and real. This movie is just Spider-Man. It has the essence of what it means to be Spider-Man while also simultaneously fighting against what it means to be Spider-Man. This movie is a classic. I feel weird for giving this movie a score yet because obviously it's not really finished, but who cares? 9.5 out of 10 for now. Love this movie, and 10 out of 10 for the first one. I think I'm changing the score. I'm back. Yeah, it's been a while. I would have liked to make more videos, but I've just been super busy. Thank you to everyone that's been supporting me recently. I really appreciate it, and stay awesome, TooAwesome. Thanks for watching.